I'm just trimming off the excessive bit on this headlining just to give me a bit more room to sandwich this plywood in. I'm just using a bit of grip fill again so I can get my wall into place. Of course I can screw it on this side so you're not going to see much of the screws anyway. Now I'm just going to have to push into... Oh, I've just broken my bloody wall. Great. Anyway, I'll just have to push this wall right back into the corner of this framework, which may take some bit of persuading with a hammer.
All I was thinking was just jacking it up at the back end and taking the main hose off the fuel tank, you know, because it's pressurised, so as soon as I take it off, it's poof. Yeah. That's what happened last time when it flooded my garage with all that. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Alright,
alright. Forever being disturbed. So I've decided to go for the full sheet of insulation on this place because there's no bearing structure. There's no need to make it any stronger because this will be strong enough. It'll be glued into place, so all I need to do now is just mark it off on the wall, and that should have left an imprint, which it has there. So don't cut it down to size, and that should just squeeze in there nicely, which it does. Glue into place. Place that in there. Excess off just there. And I'm just going to seal this paper barrier off with solid tape along the edges down here. So back in the cab now, and on the underside of the storage above cab floor, I've actually fixed the underside of the base of the storage unit to the lip of the framework of the van, and I've also just started to insulate the underside of it as well. It was far more easy to insulate the underside of it than it was to insulate the top of it, because there's more space on the underside of the floor of the storage space itself. As you can see now, I've actually put the barrier up there now, so it's ready for the headlining to go back in place once I've cleaned it off. So back at the back end now, I can start paneling off this bulkhead wall. So I'm just using some grip fill glue just to stick the facial panel onto the storage area itself. I did try and match this pattern to this pattern, but it does off-run and it didn't work, so you're gonna have to look at it to notice it's not in a line with the pattern itself. Place some screws around the surrounding edge of this doorway. I've now trimmed off all my edges on my wall, just using the plastic angled trim. All I did was cut it to size, using my mitre saw, cut off the 45-degree corners so they butt up against each other, keyed off the back end, and using grip fill I just glued it against the wall, taped it up and left it to cure for 24 hours, and it certainly does hold. So I'm just going to seal off these edges to make a nicer, sharper, crisper edge to this wall. And once I've smoothed it all off, I'll just peel away the tape. I do try and pull it away from the wall on an angle like this, so it doesn't go everywhere. But that's coming out okay. Yep, that's sharp enough, like me. So there you go, a nice strong insulated bulkhead wall. Obviously I've still got this door to make, so I'm going to make that later on. In the next video I will be fitting the Range Rover P38 seats. Thanks for watching, I'll see you next time.